Today I'm going to share the full story of my YouTube journey and how YouTube literally changed my life. So go in the Wayback Machine with me to about 8 years ago. I am working full-time as an operations manager for a large retail store. It's incredibly stressful. It's incredibly busy. Our sons were getting ready to graduate high school, and I had it. I did not have the time for the nervous breakdown I deserved, but I knew that things were not working, and I knew I did not want to continue on the path that I was on. What I didn't know is what I wanted to do instead. So after a lot of conversation, Scott and I came up with this idea that I would take a year's sabbatical. I called it my grown-up gap year, in which time I would be focused on travel and on education and on figuring out what I wanted to do next. Did I want to go back and get another degree? Did I want to look into a different field of work altogether? Did I want to write? What was going to be next? And during that time, a wonderful friend of mine said, you should document this on YouTube. Now, to be fair, I had been a blogger for many years, so I did have some social media experience. I had some writing experience. I actually grew up doing theater. I pursued acting for a while, so I wasn't coming to the table without any skills at all, but I didn't even really understand how one did that. How did one make a YouTube channel? How did one edit videos? I didn't know anything about cameras or lighting or any of those kinds of things. But I thought, you know what? Even if all I do is document my own experiences as a woman of a certain age, going through a transition with my kids leaving the house, what would that look like? So it would be kind of cool to have that documented in some way. So I started making videos. But before I started making videos, I started teaching myself how to make videos. And that took a lot of months of, ironically, watching YouTube videos, trying to find anybody on the internet that kind of looked like me, that was kind of my age, that was kind of going through my experience, that could help me along the way. And honestly, I just didn't find a lot of help out there. So I kind of piecemealed together my own education, slowly but surely started publishing videos, and slowly but surely grew an audience. I started with 0 subscribers, and then I remember doing a giveaway when I got to 30 subscribers. I was so excited, and the channel just grew and grew and grew, and the year came and went, and I was monetized. Keep in mind, I was not making a living wage at this point, far from it, but I was monetized. And I went on a few job interviews because Scott and I had agreed on a year, and nothing really seemed like a good fit. I actually had a couple of really good job offers, but none of them really set right with my soul. And we sat down and we ran the numbers, and we decided that I needed about an additional year, but that I really could turn this into a full-time business. So around that time, we dug into our 401k, took a little loan from ourselves to make all of this possible. I started devoting myself full-time to really growing my channel, to really learning how SEO works, how to get known, how to get discoverable on YouTube, how to make content that people are actually looking for. And I told myself and my husband, if by the end of the second year of doing this, it's not profitable, then I will look for something else. But I really, really want to give this a shot. I'm a creative person. I knew I could figure it out. One of my favorite expressions is everything is figure-outable. And I knew that I had the perseverance, the tenacity, the work ethic, and I felt like the skills I needed to make a go of it. So maybe it was a foolhardy idea, but I went for it. And 2 years from the time that I started my first YouTube video, I was able to make the decision to not go back to a traditional full-time job. And this is now my full-time career. I'm able to bring in a very comfortable wage. I'm able to travel all over the world, and I have built 0 subscribers and 0 revenue to a 6-figure business. I have a team. I am overwhelmed with this journey. But the reason I want to tell you about it today is I don't think I'm that special. I think anybody, and I think particularly women of a certain age, can get into this game and turn it into something profitable, something that will change your life, and something that can mean maybe for the first time in your life, you are in control of your schedule and you get to call the shots. So that is how this all came to be. And when I first started, I knew that when it was successful, and I had to tell myself every day, it will be successful, I wanted to pass that along. And I started doing that first by doing consulting work. And the consulting was great, but it was very limited. Obviously, I only have so many hours in the day, and I couldn't meet with as many people as I wanted to. But the other big thing was that when people came to me for consulting, I found I was giving them the same information over and over again. And it wasn't until our second, third, sometimes our fourth session that we were able to really get into what was particular to them and their circumstance. And that is where the idea of my e-course was born. I had heard about people doing e-courses, and I was like, okay, if I do it in the form of an e-course, I can take all of the information I share with my clients, I can package it in a way that they can do it for one fee, which by the way is the same amount of money that I used to charge for one session. Well, I still charge for one session, but for that same fee, you would, instead of 1 hour with me, get 5 weeks and 25 lessons on how to start, grow, and maintain a YouTube channel. So in that time, I have become extremely excited about the course that I am now offering. The course is called So You Want to Be a YouTube Creator. Now, what I don't want you to think is that being a YouTube creator is easy money or that it's not a real job, okay? Because especially in the beginning, I easily put in 50 or 60 hours a week. And I actually never even kept track of my hours because I was so passionate about what I was doing. I probably was doing it 24 hours a day. My husband is wildly supportive and would kind of, shuffle food in front of my face so that I could maintain nutritional integrity. But because my kids were gone, I was really able to focus, and my channel really became like my baby in a way. And I poured my heart and soul into it. So anybody that starts this thinking that it's going to be easy or that it's going to be passive income, although I sort of get that because there are videos that I made back in the very beginning that still make me monthly income. So I suppose in a way you could say that it's passive now, but you're constantly having to work as a YouTube creator to make sure that you're reaching the right audience, that the videos you're making are relevant to a drastically changing world. But it has allowed me to be financially independent. It has allowed me to fund more of our retirement. It allowed us to remodel our bathroom. I'm taken all over the world, all kinds of amazing opportunities that only would have been possible for me because of YouTube. The majority of this is going to depend on you. But what I can guarantee is I will give you the confidence and the skills. I will help you to understand that you can absolutely do this, because if I could walk in with no experience whatsoever and I'm doing this, there's nothing to keep you from doing it. And also we're going to talk about things that maybe make it not a great fit for you. You have to get comfortable talking in front of the camera. You have to have something interesting to talk about that people are actually looking for. But I will tell you, more than anything that has ever happened to me in my adult life, YouTube has been the most influential over changing how my life is lived out day to day. My quality of life has gone through the roof. I now have the opportunity to take time off whenever I want. And if I travel, I'm bringing the videos to my viewers. All of that is tax deductible. I'm able to spend way more time with my husband. Is it still a ton of work? It absolutely is. Is it still serious work? It absolutely is. But it is the most fun and the most creative work that I've ever done. So if you're interested, click on the link below to join us today. And I hope to see you over there. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're finding joy.